Welcome back to Meaningful Motivations with Tracy Erickson. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy Erickson, and this is the Career and Money Pick a Pile Oracle reading for November 2025. So take a moment now and look at these 3 pre-shuffled piles of career and life oracle cards. Each of these piles has 3 cards that have been pre-shuffled. This is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, and this is pile number 3. So just take a moment and choose which of these 3 piles is that you are feeling drawn to right now. So whichever of these is resonating with you. And I'll be sure to put the timestamps in the description box of this video so you can go straight to your reading. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hello to all of you who chose pile number 1. So let's go ahead and get started and see what these 3 pre-shuffled oracle cards have for you. And the first one is perspective. If you change the way you look at things, you could see everything in a brand new light. That will help you get to where you want to be. So if you chose pile number 1, right off the bat, it seems like there is a need for you to shift your perspective when it comes to your career and money in the month of November. Your second card says success. The path you are on will bring you success and prosperity if you just keep going. Lots of little steps take you a long way. You are on track. So it is possible, if you chose pile number 1, that you've just been feeling a little down about your current career path or even just your income at this time. But it seems that it's all about a matter of perspective. So if you pull yourself out of that lower perspective, you could see that the same path you're on that you think is leading you nowhere could also be a path to success. But it's all a matter of your perspective and the way that you pursue that success. And finally, your last card is spiritual work. Doing some inner work can help you get clear before you move on. You will get insights into what work will best serve your needs. So for some of you who chose pile number 1, I do feel for some of you, you may be looking for a new career path. Maybe the current path that you're on isn't feeling very successful at this time. But in general, what these cards are saying is that you can be on a path to success no matter where you are. It's a matter of shifting your perspective to be a perspective of success. Now, with this spiritual work card being on the other side of perspective, with success sitting right in the middle, it's going to be important for you to reflect on why it is that you are doing what you're doing. I know sometimes we just go to work, we're paying bills, we come home, and we feel like, life doesn't get any worse than that when you feel like you're just grinding for no other reason than to stay above water. But to find a spiritual purpose and changing your perspective will actually make any situation, any career situation that you could find yourself in, be a more successful situation. Because if you bring a spiritual outlook into your job, that alone could help you change your perspective. A lot of times, people don't realize the power of karma yoga, which is to basically bring spirituality into your day-to-day, mundane tasks, and how that can really help you to understand the deeper meanings of things, the spiritual side, right? Okay, pile number 1, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the Wisdom of the Oracle deck 3 times. I want to get a little more clarity for your situation in career and money for November 2025. All right, so the first card we have here is Unfinished symphony. Wow, you guys, because while I was shuffling these cards, I was gazing at the success card. And so let me read that again. It says, the path you are on will bring you success and prosperity if you just keep going. Lots of little steps take you a long way. You're on track. So whatever it is you're doing, it may feel a little unfinished, but it's because you're kind of like, you're on this path leading you to a certain destination, which in this case could just be a feeling of success, of accomplishment, right? But I feel like you're just kind of in this middle right now where it's not the beginning and it's not the end. It's just that middle part where you just have to keep going because, again, like that success card says, every little step that you make is taking you further, closer to your goal of success. And we have building blocks. Gosh, you guys, look at this. She is thinking clearly with her hand up here to her forehead. And all of these little blocks are falling off of her and onto the structure she's standing on, right? So again, your thoughts are the building blocks for the structures of your life. So again, it could just be important for you to adjust your perspective when needed because, whatever your thoughts and attitudes are regarding your career or even of money, those perspectives are what drives you, your moods, your actions, your future actions. And your current thoughts will feed more and more of the same. So while you're in this kind of middle ground where you're trying for success or you want more success in your life, it's going to be so important for you to pay attention to the thoughts that you're thinking because that is the foundation you're building your career on. Are your thoughts aligned with success? This is where the spiritual work comes in. All right. And finally, we have milk and honey. Wow, you guys, this is like the happiest card in the deck. I feel like if you can somehow bring a more spiritual outlook or somehow practice spirituality in your work, similar to the idea of karma yoga, this is what's going to lead you to so much happiness. The milk and honey card is like, look at that elephant. He just can't get enough. He's having a great time. He's feeling abundant. He's feeling happy, content. It's colorful. It's beautiful. So I feel like as you change your perspective regarding what you're doing on a daily basis and try to bring more spirituality and reflection into that, as you, train your thoughts to be, more focused in on success rather than, I don't have what I want right now. You have to think more in terms of the milk and honey. The success, so it's all about a change of perspective. It's about bringing in that spiritual work and reflection on your own life so that you can build a stronger future with your thoughts and attitudes. And that's going to lead you to this place of contentment. All right, pile number 1, that is your career and money oracle reading for November 2025. So if you like this message, go ahead and click that like button for me and feel free to leave a comment down below if this reading resonates with you. Thank you all so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you. And now it's time to move on to pile number 2. Hello to all of you who chose pile number 2. So let's go ahead and get started with these 3 pre-shuffled career and life oracle cards and see what the energy is for November 2025. The first card says frozen. There may be a hiring freeze or no new work now. Being aloof can leave you out in the cold. A warm follow-up gets you in the door. All right, so if you chose pile number 2 and you've been feeling like things are just kind of stagnant and stuck where they are, basically what this card is saying is you can't just stay stuck. You have to take some type of action to get out of that sense of being stuck, right? Because it says here, a warm follow-up will help you get in the door. Next, we have great match. You are on the verge of finding the perfect work for you. Don't give up. You may need to grow your own business to be truly happy. All right, you guys. I'm getting the vibe here that some of you who chose pile number 2, you might already be kind of doing your own thing, right? And if so, you may be feeling a little bit stagnant right now in the month of November, like things aren't moving in the direction you wanted. And that can be a little frustrating. But it says that you're on the verge of finding the perfect work for you. I feel like things are going to click into place eventually. But it's like sometimes we have to go through these moments of stagnancy. And if we can make it past all that, then it's almost like then we can be granted the abundance that we desire, right? Ooh, finally, the last card is the future. Plan for the future while living in the present. You are always supported by spirit. Your psychic abilities can bring you prosperity. All right, then. So if you chose pile number 2, then I'm feeling like basically what you're doing right now, especially if you're working for yourself, pile number 2, but this can apply to anyone, even someone in some other field of work, right? I feel like that what you're doing is kind of, it's a great match leading to the future, even if you feel stuck right now. So pile number 2, if you chose this pile, something is feeling stagnant when it comes to your money and your career in the month of November, but that doesn't mean that this isn't still the right thing for you to be doing. So again, you just have to try to continue taking action steps to get you out of this place of stagnancy. And as long as you don't just sit there and be frozen, unable to move forward, then what you're doing is going to help you lead to more prosperity in the future. But it's going to be a matter of understanding that what you're doing is right, even if sometimes it feels like it's not because of that, feeling of stagnancy, that feeling of things not moving fast enough. Things aren't flowing, right? But with the future card showing up on this end, I just feel like even though things feel very stuck right now, the future has a lot of potential for you. So you have to just keep taking the action steps, doing the things that you want to align yourself with, and that is going to lead you to the outcome that you want when it comes to your career and money. But unfortunately, it does seem like in the month of November, things are a little bit stagnant. All right, so now I'm just going to shuffle the Wisdom of the Oracle 3 times, and we'll pull 3 cards to add to this reading for all of you who chose pile number 2 for your career and money for November 2025. All right, Fork in the Road is the first card you have here. So it's important for you to actually make decisions. Don't just stand there at the fork in the road and, because this aligns with the Frozen card. You have to continue to make the decision to act. You can't just stand there at the fork in the road and expect to, continue on your journey. You can't just stay stuck and frozen. So this is about making choices that will lead you to the better future, even if right now it feels like it's not really getting you anywhere. So this is about you making the right choice in every now moment so that you can move forward even through this stagnancy. And secondly, we have the Co-Create card. Look at this. There's a cheetah, an owl, and there's an egg with like the cheetah print. So this card is saying, and it matches up with the great match, right? So it could be beneficial for you if you chose pile number 2 to bring in others to help you at this time in this month. So maybe you can brainstorm with someone else on a direction you want to take or a choice to make. Or let's say, if you are working for yourself, it might be beneficial for you in this month where you're feeling frozen and stuck to bring in ideas from others to create something new. Because it's like, while you have this wisdom represented by the owl, there's also another element that you don't have that someone else might have, similar to the cheetah. So while the owl, it can see at night and has all of these different unique things about the owl, the cheetah is the same. It has its own unique perspective. So if you bring in differing perspectives during these times of stagnancy, that would be beneficial for you as well, pile number 2. And then look, the last card we get is exchanging gifts. Again, a similar energy is what I'm picking up from what we were just saying on that co-create card. You can take the, current idea and, if you give your ideas to someone else, they can give your ideas to you. So this is an exchange. I feel, though, as well, if you chose pile number 2, that you do have something valuable to offer to the world. You have your own unique gift. You have something very unique to offer to either the world, if you're working for yourself, or something unique to offer to your workplace. All right? So it's all a matter of understanding your strengths and giving that to others when it comes to your career. And that will lead you to the brighter future as well, by understanding your own unique talents and using them for your advantage. All right, pile number 2. So the month of November looks a little stagnant, but as long as you keep making decisions to continue to act, share your ideas with others, connect with those gifts that you have to give to the world, I think that even though things seem slow this month, it's going to be looking up for you, because what you're doing seems like you're on the right path. You just have to continually expand your ideas with the ideas of others, okay? So if you like this message, don't forget to click the like button and feel free to leave me a comment down below if this reading resonates with you. Thank you all so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you. And now it's time to move on to pile number 3. Hello to all of you who chose pile number 3. So we'll go ahead and get started with these 3 pre-shuffled career and life oracle cards and see what the energy has for you for this month when it comes to your career and money. And if you chose pile number 3, your first card is many choices. You have options even if you don't see them right now. Get creative and look around. Pull a card for each option to see what's best. So it looks like there are so many options for you right now if you chose pile number 3. Your second card is Star Power. You need engaging work that will let your talents shine. You are a natural actor and influencer. You attract fame and fortune. So for some of you, you might have many choices, because I think if you chose pile number 3, it's possible that you're being offered some kind of new opportunity in the month of November. And so you're going to be feeling like you have some kind of choice to make regarding that. But also for some of you, you could be looking for work. And I feel like you should actually be looking more in alignment with your talents than you might have been looking in the past, okay? Because you have some kind of gift or talent that you can offer the world. You have something to offer, but maybe you haven't always been choosing the career that's aligned with that, all right? Your third card says cultivation. You are in the growing phase right now, and you must continue to water the seeds that you have planted in order to reap the rewards. All right. So pile number 3, what I see in the month of November is this feeling of having like a choice to make. Do I want to continue on this path that I'm on, right? So what you need to do is really look at yourself as the main character here, even though we're talking about career and money, and sometimes that's out of our main character hands, right, at the time. But You're in this phase of growing, is what it's saying. So if you've planted certain particular seeds within your workplace or in your career path, those are the things that you need to give your attention to right now. The ideas that you want to develop when it comes to what you want to do with your day-to-day life, how you want to make your money. So while you have many choices, it's going to be important with this many choices, star power, and then cultivation. While you may have lots of choices, I think in the month of November, it's going to be important to focus in on one. Just like that star power, where it's like there's just one choice that stands out above the rest, right? Something that you feel a natural at, something you're talented at. And that is what you need to cultivate. Even if it doesn't feel like it can get you anywhere, the energy I'm getting is sometimes we have to do things outside of our paying job, to get us going on a path that we wanted. So some things aren't about money, but it's more about cultivating a skill. It's about cultivating a characteristic even in yourself over time. All right. So what I'm getting for you who chose pile number 3 is that while there may be many choices for you out there, you need to focus in on one particular path. And then when you find the path that you want to focus in on, then you plant the seeds and start cultivating from that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the Wisdom of the Oracle deck 3 times. And I'll be pulling 3 cards to clarify this message for all of you who chose pile number 3. All right, pile number 3. Your first card says blessed. I love this. So I think with this card, it's asking you to recognize your blessings that you have currently. This card is the first one, so it aligns with the many choices. I feel like with that blessed card, it's like you really do have more options than you might even recognize. All right. And I feel like just understanding how blessed you are and giving gratitude for those things that you have now, that's going to call in more of that, right? So the more that you can actually be grateful for what you've been blessed with, the more that these many choices can narrow down, because then you're going to recognize what you feel the most blessed about. Next, we have Treasure Island, and that one's lining up with the star power. So even if you haven't arrived at this destination yet, I do feel like there is something very unique about you. Something that stands out. That is what you carry on your back. You have this like little treasure chest that you're carrying around. And that is you, your own uniqueness. All right. So even though it's on your back, like in the image, the turtle can't really see this treasure chest because it's on his back. But it's something that he carries around, right? So what I'm trying to say is that you have something very special and unique about yourself. Something that is literally a treasure and an island all its own. Like it belongs to you and you only. So I just feel like the more that you can connect with what it is you're grateful for and how do you feel blessed, that's going to bring out and help you expose what this treasure is. And finally, we have Unfinished Symphony. Wow. See, this one lines up with the cultivation card because you're not in the harvest time yet. You are still at the beginning of your journey. You're still like, you still see all these different choices. You haven't focused in yet on a particular thing. So you are like in the midst of this journey when it comes to your career and money, right? Or cultivating these particular talents and gifts that you have for the world. But there's still work that needs to be done. That's why you have cultivation lining up with Unfinished Symphony. So you are in this growing phase right now. So you have to continue to water these seeds that you've planted, right? And how do you do that? You have to first identify what it is in the first place. And another form of watering the seed is, again, to feel the blessings that you already have, to feel grateful for those things that have been given to you, because that's what's going to propel you along in this phase of growth. So all in all, pile number 3, if you chose this pile, your career and money for November is really about zooming in, removing the distractions, zooming into that one thing that you're most attracted to when it comes to what you have to offer to the world, and then cultivating that. And so that is your message for career and money for November 2025. So if you like this reading, go ahead and click that like button for me, and feel free to leave a comment down below if this reading resonates with you. Thank you all so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.